A very good morning to everyone. We have finally reached day 7 of our 1 week faculty development program on Essentials for Blended Learning conducted by the Department of Information Technology, Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute. A warm welcome to all the participants who have been on this journey with us. Now, we would like to play a small video that shows a quick glance of our FTP. Thank you, ma'am. To start off the session, I request our HOD, Dr. N. Kanya, to give the welcome address.
Hello. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Believe in yourself. The world will be at your feet. With this quote of Swami Vivekananda, this is Dr. N. Kanya, Head of the Department of Information Technology, Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University. It's my pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of our university and on behalf of our department to this final day of this 1 week faculty development program on essentials for blended learning. We appreciate and congratulate all the participants who have taken a step forward to attend this faculty development program. We would like to express our profound gratitude to our Founder Chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam sir, and our President, Engineer A.C. Arun Kumar sir, for giving us an opportunity to organize these kind of events and also inspiring us to host it successfully. We also happy to welcome our vibrant speaker of the day, Dr. Balasubramanian Tyagarajan, Professor and Additional Registrar, ACS Medical College, is going to take, today also is going to continue on Moodle. For past 3 days, we are taking in deep in Moodle. We received an overwhelming response. I thank all the participants who have taken an initiative and spent time with us during this 7 days. I want to congratulate and appreciate the event coordinator, Dr. Dalia Sam and Mr. Shankar, who has made this event a grand success. I take this opportunity to thank all my faculty members of the department who has always been a pillar of support to me to organize these kind of events. Once again, I welcome you all. Stay tuned to learn. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being our leader, strong leader. Before we get into the session, let us recollect a few guidelines for the participants. Feedback link will be posted towards the end of the session. It will be provided in the YouTube chat box and will be active for 20 minutes. It is the participants' responsibility to stay connected till the end and make sure the chat box is visible. It will not be shared in the Telegram group or by email. E-certificates will be provided only for active participants based on attendance and feedback submission. Those who had registered but did not attend regularly will not be eligible for certificates. Please post your queries in the chat box. It will be answered towards the end in the Q&A session. Avoid unnecessary discussion in the chat box. It will be a disturbance for everyone. Thanks in advance for your understanding. Now it's time to learn more on configuring Moodle, uploading learning materials, and user management. We have our own special guest speaker, Dr. Balasubramaniam Tyagarajan, who has been handling the past 2 sessions. So he doesn't need any introduction. He's been with us for the past 2 days. Over to Balasubramaniam, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your nice words. At the outset, I'd like to welcome you all for day 3 of Moodle. I call it, even though this is day 7, the last day of this blended learning program conducted by Dr.M.G.R. Educational Research Institute, deemed university. So today we are reaching the final day. So last 2 days we have been on day 1 of Moodle. We discussed how to install Moodle in your desktop or laptop so that you can get friendly with it on a day-to-day basis. On day 2, we made our first venture into the settings of Moodle, how to customize Moodle interface, and we played around with a few settings. Let me warn you that these 3 days of 1 hour session each is not going to be sufficient to complete the entire Moodle workshop. The entire Moodle workshop typically runs for 7 days, and these workshops last 4 hours a day for 7 days. So what I plan to do is I have just touched upon the most important aspects of this wonderful tool. Why I am stressing this is a wonderful tool, because this is a free tool and this is going to stay free forever. I repeat, this tool is not going to be made paid anyway. It is going to stay free forever. That is what the assurance given by the developers. And this tool has been there from 2002. I have been using this tool from 2004. So this tool is a really versatile one, and it is free to access. That's the reason why I'm spending a lot of time trying to quench your curiosity as far as Moodle is concerned. So today, let us start off with the Moodle workshop in detail. So I'm going to share my screen. Hope you're seeing my window. So what is happening is, so I thought today, let me get a little bit organized with my workshop, because a lot of things need to be covered. So I went and did a checklist. I just rewatched the last 2 days videos which I spoke, and then found out that these 4 important crucial topics are yet to be covered. So I decided I will create a bucket list, and then we will check all these lists as soon as we complete covering each one of them. Then next thing we are supposed to do is how to manage the user in a Moodle environment. So that is the first thing we are going to do. So let us manage user. So I need to, for this to happen, I need to get into my Moodle environment, which I'll be showing you again, repeating how to get into the Moodle environment. Now I'm going to share my entire screen. You should be seeing my entire screen now. So here you see you are virtually seeing my desktop, and in this desktop you should be seeing the icon which says Laragon. This is elephant, blue elephant. I'm going to click it. It has opened Laragon. It is my taskbar. So I'm going to click open. Now this is a Laragon interface. Hopefully you'll be seeing the interface. So I'm going to start the servers. The first server to start will be the Apache. It has started. And the second server will be MySQL server. Again, that has also started. So I can push the screen back. Now I am going to open up my browser. So this browser I am going to key in HTTP localhost 1080 is my port number of Apache. Then /Moodle. Moodle is the folder in which my installation is there. So I am opening my Moodle. This is how you do it. So the Moodle interface is already open. Now I am going to go to site administration. So here today, as the first step, we are going to see how we are going to manage our users. Hope I am audible. So I am clicking the users. Here, by clicking add user, use a new user button, you can add a new user. It will generate a form for you. All the user has got to do is fill up the form. You see, you can get a username and then fill up all the details, thereby creating a user. You have the option of user themselves creating their account, provided you enable the email-based registration at login in your settings. So that we have seen on the first day. So now what we are going to do is, now as an administrator, I want to bulk upload all the users. I want to bulk upload all the users to my user account. Is it possible? In Moodle, lots of things are possible. So I will now demonstrate how I am going to upload a bulk list of users to my Moodle account. Here, bulk user action. I think you should be seeing right now. I will enlarge it if you want. Here you see bulk user actions. So if you click bulk user actions, it will take you to bulk user action. So now here you can use a filter to search for the user. Now I am going to, our intention today is to upload the users, a number of users in one sitting. So this is possible by clicking the upload user button. So this user list should be provided in a CSV format. What exactly you mean by CSV format? It means comma separated values. Each value separated by a comma. How are you going to generate? You cannot simply give out any value you want separated by comma or insert it here. So Moodle wants the data to be in a typical format, which it is having a template of it in its database. So you need to replicate the same template. You need to use the same blueprint to set out the data. So I'm going to show you how to do it using an Excel file. So I have prepared an Excel file titled users. I'm just showing it to you. You just watch these tables carefully. Here, the first column is the username, where you type the name of the user all in lowercase. Mind you, you need to give out all the username in lowercase. I repeat again, this is how you're supposed to create a column in Excel. Here, what we are having is we are having around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. The first column is the username. The next column is a column for password. So password, you just key in PWD because the system will randomly generate password and allot it to the user. And what happens is when the user attempts to log in with the password generated, it will prompt the user to change the password of their own choice. So that can be done. So you just give out PWD there. Then you type in the first name of the user, and then next column you type the last name of the user. Then the column E, you type the email of the user. What exactly you mean by a cohort? Cohort is nothing but group. Supposing you are running classes. So, for example, if you're having IT or if you're doing medicine, yes, since I'm a medical person, I've just put out anatomy, physiology. So every subject you can call it as a cohort. So every subject can be called as a cohort, or you can use the term cohort to call it as a class. It can be first year, second year. So what you can do is you can even insert. So for example, I have given Ramesh. Username should always be lowercase. I repeat again, the username should be given in lowercase. And Ramesh, I want to add it under anatomy. Again, the another person, Christian, is adding under anatomy. So these are all the data should be keyed in the same format. And mind you, you should save the data as I show you, save as UTF-8 CSV format. Are you able to see? I'll just enlarge. It is CSV format UTF-8. So you can save it there. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to use the same file. I'm going to upload it to my Moodle user portal. So I'm going to choose the same file which I've shown you. I think you need to pause the video and ensure that you see the exact chart, Excel chart. You take, in fact, you take a snapshot of the Excel sheet so that the columns will be accurate. So this is the user file. I'm opening the user file. I'm uploading the file. So now the file is uploaded. You see it as all the data is really clear. It is uploaded. So it is done. So it has listed all the users under the user list. So I give continue. So all the users have been uploaded manually. Now the users, they need to have their profile picture. So can we upload a profile picture of the user in a database form? That is also possible. What you do is you create a profile picture and you name the picture as you name the user. Supposing you're going to name the user, say Ramesh, you call the profile picture as ramesh.jpg or ramesh.png. So you can name it, collect all these pictures in a folder and upload the zipped file into the user column which uploads photos. I will show you that. I will show that also. So users, I'm going to show upload user pictures. So here I have already created a zip file which contains images, profile images of various users. So I'm going to use the same file. It should be in a zip file format. I'm just searching for the file. I don't know. It should be here. Oh, just a minute. I don't know where I kept that zip file. Yeah, I'll show. course material. Yeah. Here I have got it, sir. These are the images. So I have saved it under images. I can upload it. Now I have identified the file. So I am going to upload the file. So in Moodle class, it is under course materials. There will be a zip file calling it images. I'll open it. I am uploading. So what happens is, just upload the user pictures. It will confirm. So what happens is, this Ramesh file is already there. So it is not taking the another file. So again, it says Ramesh's profile picture is already present there. So it is not taking it. So I will just upload user pictures. See, skipping user already has a picture. So if the user already has a picture, it will skip. So already the pictures have been uploaded. Let me see whether these pictures are uploaded correctly. So here, let me see. I'll check out this one. This person's profile. You see, the profile picture, Spider-Man profile picture, has been uploaded here and beautifully demonstrated. So as a site administrator, you can upload bulkly the users in one go. As a CSV file, you can also upload all their profile pictures, provided they provide you one, or you can allocate the profile picture of your own and upload it against their name. So now we have seen how to upload the user details in a single go. So let us go and check our bucket. One, we'll tick on the first component is over. Next comes quiz creation. So this is actually the most important aspect of Moodle. Any teacher will be interested in creating a quiz and creating an assessment material for their students. So here in your main page, front page, there is something called question bank. And then here you have the choice of creating categories. You can create categories of questions. And there's always another way of creating quiz also. I will show you in order to make things easier for you. Ensure that turn editing is on. And then now you can edit the front page. Here you need to turn editing on, then only you will be able to edit the page. Now here you will get a plus sign called add activity or resource. You click it here. This will show you enormous number of activities which is possible in a Google. You can write a book, you can create an assignment, you can create a folder, you can create a lesson. So here today we will look into how to create a course, how to create a lesson, and how to create a quiz. So now I'm going to add a quiz. So the moment I click the quiz, it will ask for a title. So I'm going to say, for a change, geography. So we are going to say we will need to display it on the course page. And now you can enable the date on which it should be visible. And here you can enable the date at which the quiz is supposed to close. Say we will do it, say, on the 24th. And you can specify the time limit. Say, you can say the quiz should be completed in 10 minutes. And then attempts. Here, you need not give a grace if you want. You can give a grace period, or just if the moment he clicks, it will be submitted automatically. That is what any teacher should do. And then grading the quiz. Here, grade to pass. Supposing if you say you're allotting, say, about 5 questions of quiz, you say grade to pass will be 2. Attempts to allow, you always ensure you give only 1 attempt. And then layout. How it is going to be laid out. If a page you want to see only 1 question a page, you see every question. Or if you want to see every 2 questions, you can make it 2. So the choice is yours. So the default is you allot one page for every question. Then again, question behavior, shuffle questions. Yes, you can shuffle. Then as soon as the student clicks the answer, checks the answer, you just say immediate feedback. It will tell the student whether it is right or wrong. You always have another chance of doing adaptive mode where you can say that if the student clicks a wrong answer, he'll be immediately taken to the resource material, which will ensure that he goes through the resource material and then he will come back and take the same question again with opportunity to correct his mistake. So that is what you call adaptive mode. So right now we are going to choose the immediate feedback and then review option. Here you can, these are the options which are available for review. You can do it immediately, you can do it later, you can do while the question is being answered, you can review after the question is closed. So you choose these options carefully and give them the check, or you can allow the default settings to take over. Then appearance. So when the student wants to take a picture, where I want to take the quiz, you can show the user's picture, profile picture, and then grades. If you want the grade to be shown in decimals, how many decimals you permit, so that you can choose. And then overall grades, the student's consistent performance, saying after, you can do a grading wherein the grading will take into account all the previous quizzes taken by the student. So that is what you mean by overall grade, and gives a cumulative response to the questions. And then this is the most important aspect, safe exam browser. So what exactly it means? Normally when you use a Chrome browser or a Mozilla browser, what happens is they have the choice, the students have a choice of opening a tab, alternating tab or window to search for an answer to the question. So if you force a student to take the exam in a safe exam browser, what happens is, I'm going to give a yes for safe exam browser. And then you just say it is going to be configured manually. So when you give this option, the quiz page will show the link to download the safe exam browser. So it will demonstrate a link to download the safe exam browser. So I am going to give it a yes. So this will ask the student to download the safe exam browser manually. And then here, when the student wants to quit the safe exam browser, he should be permitted to quit. That is what I am saying yes. So I am enabling the safe exam browser quit. And mind you, here you have the choice of assigning a quit password, wherein if the student decides to quit the safe exam browser, he has to give out a password which you should be sharing it with him after the exams are over. So that we will give it, we won't assign any password. Normally what happens is, when you ask the student to take the examination, you send out the password, say half an hour after the exam, so that he will be sitting in front of the screen. He won't go out and leak out the answers. So in order to keep the student inside the exam hall for the first half an hour of the exam, you ensure that you give out this quit password, and this quit password will be shared with the student only after half an hour after the start of the exam, so that you can ensure all these things. So mind you, what is the difference between the normal browser and the safe exam browser? The safe exam browser will open and occupy the entire screen. And when the safe exam browser is running, you won't be able to run any other application in your system. So only the browser will be shown. And next one is, you won't be able to operate any tabs. You won't be able to open up any other windows. You won't be able to operate any other software within your system if you're using safe exam browser. So if you quit the safe exam browser only, you will be able to access this system. So these are the advantages of safe exam browser. You can integrate safe exam browser to Moodle test. So here, overall feedback, the grade boundary, you assign the percentages. Then you can restrict the access if you want. You can link it to the competency if you like. So I'm going to save and display. So we have just created the blueprint. And mind you, here the student will have to download the configuration file for the safe exam browser. They will download this configuration file and save it in the desktop. On double clicking the configuration file, the safe exam browser will open the quiz. Now it wants me that no questions have been added. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit the quiz. So now Here you can give shuffle, create a quiz. Now add. You can add a new question. You can choose the question, multiple choice, true or false, matching. I go again and show you. I think you should be able to see now. I'm enlarging it. You add. You have the choice of adding a new question. You have a choice of adding questions from the question bank, or you have a choice of adding a random question. Suppose you want to add a new question. It gives you a choice of multiple choice, true or false, match the following, short answer, question of numerical answers, then essay, calculations. It's enormous, drag and drop. So this is the amount of questions you can think of a question, you will find it in the list. So you can add any question you want and create the test. So if you can ask me, sir, can I create a test in my notepad or a Word and upload it to Moodle? Yes, you can do it. So now I'm going to show you how we are going to upload questions to the Moodle installation. Here, before you upload any questions to the Moodle, you got to prepare the questions in an order. I will show you how it is. Here, if you are going to create a multiple choice questions, so I prefer to do it in my notepad. So I'm enlarging it to show you better. So I'm using the notepad to create the quiz. The first question I've written as capital of India is, so I've given out the choices. This is actually a multiple choice. So what happens is, this is how you should clean. You type the question out, and then A, B, C, D, the choices you type, and the answer, you type the answer in block letters in uppercase, put a hyphen next to it, and give a choice of the correct answer. So this is how you should type. So you just have a clear idea. You just take a look at this one. So this, you save it as a text file. You type all the questions you need, save it as a text file, give it a name. So now we are going to bulk import these questions into Moodle. So now we are going to bulk import these questions into Moodle. How are you going to do it? I'm just opening the question bank. So I will, any category you want, you can choose. I will open something. There are no questions here. Now, I'm here. When I open the question bank, I have the choice of importing the questions. Now you see, on clicking the import button, it is giving me the following formats, file formats. If you are using, I repeat again, if you are using multiple choice questions, and if you are using a text format typed in a notepad, you use Aiken format. I repeat again, if you are going to choose multiple choice questions and you're using a notepad to type those questions, I have shown you already the format in which it should be typed. You choose Aiken format, and again you choose the file. I'll show you where it is there in Moodle Trans. It's called capitals, if you remember right. Capitals _MC. Open, and I am uploading the file. So I am importing. What it will say is, say it has imported. It has imported and it is showing all the questions it has imported. And you continue, it is done. So now this is, see, you see all these questions have been beautifully displayed. It has been imported and displayed. So now you can ask me, sir, this is multiple choice questions. Supposing I want to do what they call match the following. So how am I supposed to do it? So you need to type out the match the following questions in a different order. I will show you again how it should be. You just take a screenshot of it, and so that you can copy. So it be here match. Right. I will enlarge it. So supposing this match the following should be in this format. So supposing the question says match the following countries with their corresponding capitals. You start with the flower bracket. Start with the flower bracket and then put a equal to the capital of you give out the correct answer. Capital of USA, you just put a horizontal dash and put a symbol of greater than Washington. Italy, the same thing. You do it in the same way as I have shown. And similarly, you save the file in a text format. I just leave this screen for some time so that you will get the hang out of the entire process, how you are supposed to type these texts. So you can type any number of questions you want like this, but you can upload the question only one by one. I repeat, so you need to type out each of these questions in a single text. You cannot bulk upload the entire thing as I showed you for multiple choice questions. Here for match the following, you need to type it for every one of the questions should come in single file. So here, this is what you call capitals. You need to arrange the capitals along with their country. So this is how the question is. You ensure that you type the correct answers. You match it in a correct way. Moodle will shuffle and show it to the student. So you do this, save it as a text file, give it a name. Now I'm going to import it to Moodle. So again, you go to the import button, click there. Here, you need to use gift format. If you are going to import match the following, you need to tell the Moodle that I am importing a match the following question. So you just choose gift format. For multiple choice, we chose Aiken format. I repeat again, for multiple choice questions, we chose Aiken format. Now to import your match the following, use gift format. So I'm going to choose the file, which is going to be a match the following. Here it is. I'm importing, I'm uploading this file. I'm importing it. See, it has imported. So it says it has successfully imported the question. So this is how you bulk import questions into Moodle question bank. Again, there is something called fill in the blanks. They call it close in Moodle. They call it close in Moodle. So how can you do it? So this is actually one way to test the students' ability to answer. Here, this will be a little bit difficult for you, but if you take a screenshot and you can do it. Here, it's going to be like a paragraph and there will be fill in the blanks. So the student will have to fill in the correct answer. The solar system has how many planets? If the student is going to write 8, which is the correct answer, it is going to say well done. If the student is going to write any other answer, it is going to say wrong. So you can say the solar system has dash planets. The student will have to key in the correct answer. And then the next line is going to be our galaxy. The dash is Milky Way. So if you code it like this, Milky Way is the correct answer. All other answers are incorrect. Is one of the 100 billion galaxies in the known universe. The speed of light is approximately. So you can create a paragraph and you can delete certain words, important words, and create fill in the blanks. This is one way of testing the student's knowledge. This is called close, CLOZE. Again, you can import the same question into Moodle. They call it in a close format. You can do the same import the question. You use the same gift format. And then you import the questions here. And there is one thing called gift with medias format. Suppose you create a multiple choice questions with media. For example, you ask the student to arrange pictures across each of their names. You can do it and you can import it with using gift with medias format. So the potential for creating quiz inside Moodle environment is enormous. So I have just showed you a small tip of the iceberg. which will kindle your curiosity so that you will start working on it. So, since we have completed quiz creation, at least we have touched that quiz creation, we have got a short intro on quiz creation. I am going to check that box around. Now let's go to course creation. So course creation is one which every one of us should be familiar in Moodle. Here, every teacher will like to create a course. So I'm going to create a course live for you. So I'm going to do course creation live for you. I will just show you how a course looks like. Normally, so I will show you how a course looks like. So here there is one available course known as epistaxis. Epistaxis is nothing but bleeding from the nose. So what happens, this is how the course will look like. If I turn editing off, what it looks like. First it has an announcement. Announcement which says, gives out the basic details of the course, the registration. It allows the student to register for the course. So they can register clicking this link. So this link will be connected to a Google form, which helps to get the data of the student who is registering. And then next is the video lecture of the topic. Here this will take the student to the video lecture, which is being hosted in YouTube. And then here the third one is going to be the epistaxis, the bleeding from the nose, a text. So this gives out a small text format of the topic. So the student is expected to read through the text. And the fourth one, for the student, they can give, if they are curious enough, they can get an ebook on the same subject, read the ebook, and then last but not the least, they can take a quiz. After taking the quiz, they can give you a feedback. So this is how a course is created. So these are the steps for course creation. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to create a live course for you. To create a course, what you are supposed to do is you are going to, for example, these are all the categories of course which has already been created. This won't come as default in Moodle. So I've actually created the category. So I go to the course category. This is the category under which the category's title is autology. I am going to create a course under this topic. So mind you, since being a medical man, I'm sorry, I am really friendly with my terminology. So you can use any of your terminologies here. So I'm going to give a full name for my course. This is called facial nerve paralysis. The short name is FN policy. The course category is autology. The moment you give show, it will be shown in the front page. So what you do is you can even say not show. After completion of the course, you can give a show. You understand? So now if you give show, it will be live immediately. Suppose you don't want the course to be visible while you are constructing the course, you don't want it to be visible to the students, you just click hide. So if you click hide, it won't show on the front page till such time you complete and enable this visibility settings. So I'm going to give a start date. So start date, we will say we will give it today so that we will start. And then end date, we will say we will end it on 29th. If you want, you give out a specific course ID, or the Moodle itself will allot a course ID number. So now I'm going to give out a course summary. We need to write something about the course. This course, this is the topic. So we have given a small short description of this course. And then in the front page, it would be attractive if you could add some image which will indicate what sort of course it is. So we will do a image, give out an image. Something called course files, course materials. Yes. So I am going to give out an image. This is image of the person with facial paralysis. What happened? What the person will look like if they suffer from facial paralysis. Now course format. So here you watch carefully. I will enlarge and show you. So this format, you can give it out as a topic format. You can give it out as a topic format. If you give it out as topic format, the student can switch from one topic to another easily and complete the course in one go. Whereas if you're going to give out in a single activity format, the entire thing will be combined to a single activity format. The whole entire course won't be broken up into so many subtopics. So it will be a single topic format. If you have a topic which you need to produce a course and you want to deliver it as a single topic, you can choose a single activity format so that the student won't have any subtopics to jump to. There is only one activity and they can complete the activity. So then there is something called weekly format. So what happens is you can choose to divide the entire course into 3 or 4 subcategories and project it, say, one topic, one subtopic a week. So you can assign the student one subtopic a week. You can even schedule the course to display that topic at that particular given moment of time. So that is possible if you choose topic weekly format. And then there is something called social format. With the era of social media, you can deliver a topic in a social format, which can be delivered to your WhatsApp, it can be delivered to your Twitter, it can be delivered through your Facebook. That is the amount of flexibility Moodle gives you. You can disseminate the same course via your social media platforms like what you call WhatsApp. You can choose a Twitter account, you can choose a YouTube account, you can choose again your Facebook account. LinkedIn is also possible. You can deliver the topic if you choose a social format. So you need to decide which format you are going to deliver your course on. So now I am choosing a topic format. Now, how many sections is going to have? So roughly I'm going to say it is going to be 3. So here it gives me a choice of having to show, do I need to show all sections on a page, or you want to break it into different pages? So I am giving it show all sections on a page. So appearance. So force language, it's going to be only in English. We are not going to do anything else. We are not going to do any translation work. And then number of announcements. So before you start the course, you will have to give out an announcement saying that this course is starting at this day, this specific date, this specific time. So how many announcements you want Moodle to send to the prospective students? So the default is 5. Let it say is 5. And then it will also show at the end of the course students' gradebook. So the progress of the students will be visible, how many courses they have taken, have they completed the course on time, weightage will be given to the student who is prompt in taking up the course, who is prompt in completing the assignments pertaining to the course. All these things will be shown up in the gradebook. Now, file uploads. Here, the teacher or the course creator needs to upload the course files to the Moodle environment. So the file upload size needs to be decided. So by default, don't go by this 2 GB. This 2 GB says my hard disk has enough space for uploading 2 GB. It doesn't work that way. Your PHP, the programming language in which Moodle is written, has got a ceiling. It got a limitation of file upload size. It has got a limitation of 2 MB. So anything above 2 MB cannot be uploaded. So if you want to increase the size of the file upload, you need to edit a file called php.ini, which is present in the root folder. That is your www folder in your installation. So you can go ahead and search for the setting which is called site upload limit and increase the size accordingly. So that you need it at the level of the administrator. That you need that what that administrator has got to do it for you. Then completion tracking. So what happens is if you enable completion tracking, the course creator will get an email as soon as every time a student completes a course. And then groups. So here, if you're going to assign a group mode, for example, separate groups or visible groups. So if you have created this quiz for anatomy, you want only the anatomy cohort to view this, you can choose separate groups and choose anatomy. And then force group mode. If you say force group mode, only students whom you are going to allow, that is if you want your anatomy cohort alone to see, they alone will see. And then you want to do a default grouping. Now we are going to give out none. And then for allowing a search engines to pick up these courses, on the search, you can give out tags, right? So I'm going to give out save and display. So now we have given a blueprint for course creation. Mind you, we have not completed with the course creation yet. Now on the next screen, you need to allot enroll students. You need to enroll students who need to take that course. So click enroll users. So you can choose. It will give you a list of students. So I'm going to add one student after the another. See, it gets added. And then, so we have added students, student part. It has enrolled 4 users to this course. So now we have enrolled students. These are the students who have been enrolled to the course. And now I am going to proceed to course content. Here, first thing I need to do is give out an announcement that such and such a course is starting. I am giving it an announcement. I'm giving it a title, I'm giving it a short summary. So I am posting it first. This will get posted to the forum. And then next, after announcement, I'm going to choose a topic. The first one, I need to give out a lecture. So I need to change this thing. So before changing this thing, you need to change the settings here, turn editing on. So only if a pencil is shown in next to the letters, you can edit. So I'm going to edit the topic name. So I'm going to say video lecture. So now it is titled video lecture. Now I'm going to embed a YouTube video in which this lecture is going to be shown. So I need to get the link, YouTube link to embed. So let me go there. I got the link, copied the link. Video lecture. Here I am going to add an activity or resource. So what is this? So again, you get the choice here. So here I'm going to, I will accommodate as many of these resources, as many of these activities, so that you will be familiarized with all these things. Now I'm going to use label. So label, it will get prominently displayed. I'm going to say video lecture on facial now. I'm going to make it bold. Now I click this insert video. You give out the URL, copy paste, then insert media. So you see the video will get inserted. Other things should be, I already told about restricting access to other groups, common module settings show on course page. So you competencies, if you can, you do it now, or you go to the competency page and after completion of the course, you can link it to a competency. Now save it. Now you see the video has been successfully linked, right? Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a text so that the student not only will see the video, student needs to read out the text. So I'm going to show the text version of the entire thing. So how I'm going to do what? Again, I'm going to change the header. I'm going to give out text version of the course. And on enter, it changes the topic. I'm going to add activity of resource. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add URL. Here you can see add new URL. It gives me the feature of adding a new URL. So I'm going to say text version of the topic. I'm going to give out the link. So display on course page and then save and display. Here we have added a video lecture. We have added the text version of the topic, and now we are going to add a resource page. How are you going to add a resource page? Or else, since we have made it into a 3-tier program, we can add a quiz for it. Add an activity, then you can add a quiz. So name of the quiz, facial unboxing. Quiz. To give out a timing, say you give a start date, end date. Say end date, you say you're going to end it by 4. You say I'm going to give 10 minutes for the student to complete. All the settings are going to be there. Open attempts, right? Grading. You say grade to pass. 5 attempts allowed. You ensure that you give out a single attempt. So all these things are there. If you want, you can add, say, layout, which we have seen already. Behavior of the question. Safe exam browser choice. Everything we have seen. We need not go back and display. So it says, it complains that no questions have been added yet. So you have created a quiz. It tells you you have not added questions. So you give out edit quiz, and then you can give out a shuffle, and then you can add questions. You can add a question manually. If you add, you can choose it and add, or you can add from the question bank if you have any. For example, I'm going to add something from what to see. So I have not created any questions for facial paralysis. That's why it is not displaying. If I have if you have developed any questions for facial paralysis, it will definitely show. So here if at all you want, you can create manually and complete the quiz. So now we will go to the front page and see how exactly our course looks. See here, facial paralysis. You have got the course image displayed beautifully, and then on clicking, first thing it gives you announcement. The next the student will be seeing is a video lecture on the topic, and the third is the text version, and again the second is the text version which they go through, and then they complete the facial paralysis as a quiz. So this is how you create a course in Moodle. And Moodle has also an interesting feature. If I don't demonstrate this feature, then I'll be failing in my duty, even though I have not included in my bucket list. Moodle has got the ability to allow you to write a ebook. You can write a ebook within Moodle. I will show you here. First, I need to turn editing on. If I don't turn the editing on, I won't be able to do anything here. So now, if you complete a book, it will be shown as a book here. So I will show you exactly how a book will look like after you complete. So I have really demonstrated, I have given you a sample book on this topic. The table of contents will be displayed to your right. So they can move from just by clicking the table of contents, or they can click this arrow, move back and forth. So the entire book can be written within the Moodle environment. The entire book can be written within the Moodle environment. So how can we go about doing it? I'm not going to demonstrate it totally because of the lack of time. What I will do is I'll just show you how to start. So again, you click add an activity or resource, then go to the book. So you give out a title and all that, fill up all these forms, give out save and display, go to it and write your book chapter by chapter. So you can complete the book chapter by chapter by adding an activity of creating a new book. So Moodle offers enormous mind-boggling potentialities as far as a teacher is concerned. So you can not only give out course material, you can give out learning resources. You can also write a ebook within the Moodle environment. You can write a ebook within the Moodle environment. There's one another important aspect I would like to show, which you can do within the Moodle environment is add an activity or resource. You can create a wiki. You can create a wiki within Moodle. So what it will do is, here you see, add a new wiki. You can create a wiki wherein students will be able to contribute to this Moodle wiki. So you can create something like a Wikipedia within Moodle. So I'm not going to create one live for you, but I will show you a created wiki which I have done within this page. For your purpose, I have managed to create everything, every exercise. I am having a sample. So here, let me go to the wiki. See here, I have created a wiki inside the Moodle wherein students can add useful links, useful web links, so that other students can benefit. So for example, I have created a wiki which asks the student, if you come across any new sites which gives out resources in any of these three topics, you can add. So ontology sites. So ENT wiki, it will give out all the sites which the student have managed to incorporate. So how are you going to make an entry into this wiki? For example, if you click the edit, here the topics you can create, it should be created within 2 square brackets. So if you want to create topic, say for example, ontology site, you always do it under 2 square brackets. So if you do it under 2 square brackets, that topic will be created. And then after you create the topic, you can, if you by clicking the preview, you can check out whether it has been created all right. Now, after you save, we have created 3 categories. So we have created 3 categories, and then edit wiki files. If you have files, you can edit. Here, if you want to remove pages, you can remove. You view the wiki, you can view. And here, if you want add sites to this category, you edit and start adding. For example, you want to add one. Highlight it. You can link it to that site. Then you can create a link. So it will be created. So similarly, any user, authorized user, can add sites to this wiki under different categories. It's not only for adding sites, they can add anything, any useful pictures, any useful resources. You categorize, supposing you are dealing with geography, you can give out but geographic, they can add content pertaining to geography of particular countries. You can give out links for particular countries, they can add resources there. So this is how Moodle helps you to create your own wiki and help the students also to participate in creating resources. So this is again another useful feature which I am displaying here. Now let us go back to the bucket and see. Now we have managed to create a course. Now here, the lesson creation, the creation is not the term for lesson, it's called lesson building. You don't create a lesson, you build a lesson. I'll tell you what difference it makes between creation and building a lesson. So I will show you a created lesson, then I will show you a video clipping of a lesson being created inside the Moodle environment. You have created a lot of resources. Now I'm finding it difficult to sift over them, right? Yeah. So lesson building, it will be like shown in blocks. It will be shown in blocks. So I'm going to show you a typical lesson I have built. Here, this lesson has a topic. The topic is being subdivided into 4 different sections. So at the end of each section, the student will be taken to a quiz. If the student answers that quiz correctly, he can go to the next section. If he's not answering the quiz correctly, he'll be taken to a refresher section wherein he needs to go through the same topic again, but it will contain extra details to inform the student where exactly has gone wrong. Then he needs to go back, complete reading that topic, go back and take the same quiz and go to the next section. So this is how it goes. So now I will see how exactly this lesson creation or lesson building works. So I'm going to take one by one. So this is actually, so no, what I should have done is I should start from the first thing. It says I have gone through this lesson a lot of times. Do you want to start from the last page you saw? So I need to start from the first page. So I'm giving it a no. So now this is in the preview mode. So this, I need to read out this topic. This is just, I have typed out 3 lines, or really 2 lines and a quarter to save time. So I have finished reading this topic. Then I click the next button. It takes me to the topic called anatomy. So I go through the entire topic, complete the topic, go to the next one. Here, this is the quiz I need to take. Supposing it says 90% of the humans have this problem. So if I say false, assume I say false, I submit. My answer is obviously wrong. So it takes me to a page called primer. The primer gives me more details about this. It tells me that finding a nasal septum in midline is a rarity. So now it tells me I have clicked a wrong answer, and indirectly it tells me that this is the right answer. So I go to the next. It takes me to the same quiz. Then I check the new submit. So since it's a correct answer, I am allowed to go to the next section. Here I need to read the entire contents of this section. Go next. Here again, it gives me a question, a multiple choice question. So now assume I'm going to choose a wrong answer. I give a submit. What happens? It takes me to the primer. It forces me to read the topic once again, and then makes me to go back and take the test again. So I need, now I get the correct answer, go and submit. So what happens? It allows me to go to the next topic. Then I go there. It takes me again to the quiz. I give out the correct answer. I submit. It goes to the next segment of my lesson. So it gives me a congratulatory message, and it tells me that the end of the lesson is reached. So this is how a lesson should be built. This is the reason why you should use the term building a lesson inside Moodle. So you have seen the completed lesson in action. Now let us see how exactly it is going to be built. So before actually building a lesson, you need to plan. You need to have a blueprint for the lesson. I will first demonstrate a blueprint. You need to create the blueprint with pen and paper, and then go about building the lesson. I will show you the blueprint first. So this is exactly the blueprint. This is exactly a blueprint which I have literally used to build that lesson. So what happens is, here This is the basic main topic of the lesson. That's called deviated nasal septum. And then I have subdivided the entire topic under 4 heads. One is anatomy, the next subtopic is etiology, pathogenesis, management. So the main topic is divided into 4 subtopics. So the student, on seeing the header, will land to the page of anatomy. On reading of the anatomy, he is supposed to take a quiz. Supposing he answers the question right, he will go to the etiology. Supposing if he answers the question wrong, he will come to the primer of anatomy. Again, he has got to read the entire portion again, retake the test again, go to etiology. Again, after coming to etiology, he will read this, take a quiz here. If the student answers the quiz correctly, he will go to the pathogenesis immediately. If he is answering wrong, he has to take a primer, read that again, take the quiz again, check the correct answer, go to the pathogenesis. The same thing works. So this blueprint, you should use a paper and pen. You should first create a blueprint before you start building a lesson. You need to, let me warn you, if without a blueprint, if you attempt to build a lesson, that will be a failure. So building a lesson is no joke. You need to spend a lot of time with the blueprint. You need to spend a lot of time with the assessment or creating questions or analyzing the student whether he has completed reading that portion of the subtopic or not. So you need to spend time in creating the blueprint. After creating this blueprint, what you do is I am going to show you, run a video, because it will take a long time if we want to create a lesson. So I will show you how lesson creation. It's going to be a video. To save time, I'm resorting video. Otherwise, I create and show. So I am again showing the blueprint. So this blueprint is again for your convenience sake. I'm showing. I'm showing the 4 subtopics under the main topic, which I'm going to create. That happens to be the main topic, deviated nasal septum. And then anatomy is going to be the first subtopic. And this first subtopic will contain text material. The student should complete reading that text material and should take the question given. On answering the question right, he can proceed to the next subtopic. If he is going to answer the question wrong, he should take the primer, or he should go back and revise the topic, get back, choose the correct answer in the quiz, and go to the next section. Similarly, he needs to complete all the 4 sections given. So that is the blueprint. So actually it has taken 12 minutes for me to conduct this quiz. So you choose the add an activity and then go to lesson, build a lesson. So you give a title for the lesson. So I'm going to say deviated nasal septum. That happens to be the title of the topic. I'm giving a small description of the lesson. You can give a nice description if you want, a more detailed one, saying that it will have 4 subsections. The student has to complete a quiz at the end of each section if he wants to proceed to the next one. It is divided into 4 sections. At the end of each section, a quiz will be there. So you need to give a detailed description of the lesson. On getting the correct answer only, you will be permitted to go to the next section. So that instruction has to go to the student. So now you check the button, display description on the course page. Then only the description will be displayed on the course page. Appearance, if you want, the student can be given a progress bar, and then availability you can enable how long the lesson should be available. Grading, you have seen all these things before. Grade category, grade to pass, minimum grade to pass, These are all you can choose. 50% you want. If it is a practice lesson, mind you, the student can take the lesson again. If it is not a practice lesson, he has only one chance to take. So if you choose it as a practice lesson, you give the student an opportunity to take these lessons repeatedly. So I will advise you to choose practice lesson. So you add a content page. First thing, you add a content page. You give a title for the page, namely deviated nasal septum. And then you give out the content of the page. That's actually an introduction, rather. It's actually an introductory page. And now you type a few sentences, make it a detailed introduction if you want. So I want every one of you to practice creating this lesson, because it comes by practice. It is a little bit tricky. This is the only task in Moodle which I tripped frequently. Here, this thing I want you to watch. Here, you need to content one. You type next. You type next. Watch. You type next. Don't type the next topic or next section. Just type next. Give save page. Give save page. So the page will be saved. And then this page is saved. It is getting displayed. So now I am going to add. So you have conducted. First thing is deviated nasal septum. That is the intro. Next thing I need to add a content page called anatomy. So I need to add a content page. This is anatomy. And then you type out the contents which you want. You can add images, you can add videos, whatever you want to enrich your course. And then type next again. I want you don't type the topic name, just type next. Give save page. I would like you to save this video if possible, or go back to the YouTube website and save this video and attempt to create a lesson in your local Moodle environment. And don't rest until you become friendly or familiar with lesson building. So this is one important task which a teacher needs to do. So now here, you need to, for example, you want this student from this page needs to go to the next page, which is namely the quiz. So you need to give a jump. So from that page, you need to go to the anatomy. So this is actually deviated nasal septum page. After reading this page, he needs to jump to the anatomy page. You ensure that you give out the link. Give save page. You need to do it constantly, back and forth, until you get it correctly. So first thing is, after reading this page, this first intro page is this one, deviated nasal septum. On completing the intro page, the student will have to come to the anatomy page. So after this page, the quiz needs to be added. So now you need to add a question page. So I'm adding a question page. So it is going to be true or false. That is easy. It saves time. That is why I chose true or false. It is sufficient if you type out little data. So that is why I chose true or false. You have a choice of choosing any question you want. You can even choose a cluster of questions. Nearly 90% of humans have deviated nasal septum. Again, the correct answer is, you say true or false. If the answer is correct, you give out a score 1. If the answer is wrong, you give it a 0. If the answer is wrong, you can give out even negative scoring here. Moodle always takes negative scoring also. Negative marking also you can give if you want. So we are giving answer to the correct score as 1. False. If it is going to be a wrong answer, it is going to be 0. You are going to save this quiz page. So what I'm going to do is, after anatomy, the student will have to jump to this page to take the test. So you need to go to anatomy and ask the student to take a jump to this test page. Again, I am showing this lesson plan just to reinforce that the student, after completing anatomy, will have to take a test. And if he is answering wrong, he needs to go to the primer. If he is answering right, he has to go to the etiology. Now, the thing is you need to create a primer page now. Next page that needs to be created is a primer page. So I need to add a content page and you name it anatomy primer page. So I'm going to name it as anatomy primer page. So I type next. Then I'm going to save the page. So we have created anatomy primer page. Now let us go to the quiz and edit the quiz. Here, while you are editing the quiz, next to the answer, correct answer, jump will be given. You can allow the student to jump to etiology. If the student gives the wrong answer, he should jump to the primer page. So that if you save, the jump is over. So you keep creating, recreating all these pages in such a way the lesson is complete. The lesson is complete. You can preview this lesson before you display it online. So it shows in your site like this, the weighted nasal septum. That is a lesson which you have successfully built. I repeat again, the lesson building is an art which every teacher should practice till they perfect. So we have completed. We will give a checkbox for lesson creation. And now I will cover a little bit of contents which I have left. I'll take a few minutes to cover those contents. Just give you a brief intro into what are all the activities that are possible in a Moodle. I've already shown you. Now, Moodle can run a workshop, mind you. That will take another session which I'm not going to cover. So here I've given out the workshop also. Let us not waste our time in conducting a workshop. You can create a workshop and conduct a workshop within the Moodle environment. Here, you can give out assignment to the student. You can write a book inside the Moodle. You can create a chat facility in Moodle. You can give out a choice. Choice means you can give out a questionnaire from the student, asking them about their opinion, the site. And then here you have the facility of using external educational tool. You can bind your external educational tool where you have created resources in other websites. You can use it here. You can use this as a feedback to the student. And then you can use this as a survey. And there is something called Scrum package. Supposing if you develop your total educational course as a Scrum media, you can directly upload Scrum to a Moodle. So you can create a Scrum package and you can upload it to Moodle. So you need special softwares to create Scrum package. There are a few open source softwares available. I think you can make use of them and create a Scrum package, because instead of creating the course inside Moodle, it is easy to create in a Scrum package and upload it to Moodle. So you can always use Scrum package to upload it to Moodle. Then you can use IMS content and then upload it. Both IMS content and Scrum package are more or less similar. So I'm going to show you one Scrum package which I managed to upload, so that you will have an idea of how exactly the Scrum package on Moodle looks like. So here, this is actually, I think it's a Scrum package. So it will have a player of its own. So it will open with the Moodle. So if you click introduction, it will open. It's actually something like a player, movie player. So you can use, this is actually a typical Scrum package which I have uploaded to Moodle. So you can create Scrum package and directly upload Scrum package into Moodle. Then you can upload a YouTube video into Moodle environment. You can create a YK. You can create crossword puzzles within Moodle, which I've already done. If you want, you can try your hands at it. And then you can give out a question. How do you like my site? Say, you can give out a choice, link it to your form so that you will have a good idea of the student's response. So all the topics, all the exercises or activities which is possible within the Moodle, I have managed to create these things for you. So I don't know how to. I mean, this the file size of this entire installation is around 1.5 GB. If it is possible, I'll hand it across to your coordinator. I will hand it across to Dr. Kanya, and if you want, you can somehow ask her to pass it on to you. And the other things, other various step-by-step videos, I will start generating videos and will be posting in my YouTube channel. All these videos will soon be available. So next video I'm planning is use of Safe Exam browser in conducting examinations. That video will be on, say, sometime tomorrow. So similarly, I tend to create videos on using the various settings and various facilities offered by Moodle, so that you can keep trying it out. I'll be happy if you could try the installation process, and if you get the local installation going, all your job is done. And thank you very much for the opportunity you have given me. Thank you very much for your patience. Over to Dr. Kanya.
Thank you, sir. Really, it's an eye-opening session for all of us to know about Moodle. We'll be following you and your channel. We are waiting for your short videos on various aspects of Moodle, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, madam.
Over to Dalia.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for that beautiful presentation and patiently explaining us every feature of Moodle. All the participants seem to be quite content with your presentation and have given very good feedback in the chat box. Few participants were asking to repeat certain topics. I think you can always go back to the same YouTube link and watch the video again when you actually start working on Moodle. Also, you can follow sir's YouTube channel. He'll be frequently posting short videos. So let's move on to the Q&A session. Let me read out certain questions which was posted in the chat box. One of the participants has said, "Sir, I have a problem in registering the site. They say it has to have a public domain and it cannot access my site. How can we register our site on localhost?"
So the thing is, localhost site cannot be registered. For you to register a site, you should have a unique domain name. So for that to happen, you need to have your site online. You need to have a web server. This aspect, this localhost installation of Moodle is for the learning process. You can hand over the site for your student for your local transmission. If you really want the site to be online, you need to find a host, and then you need to pay for the hosting service. You need to pay for the domain and then host your site online. Then only you will be able to register to Moodle site. Local host site will not be registered. This is actually for learning purpose. I've taught you how to install a local instance. For server installation, if you want, I will put out a new video where I will explain in detail how you do the installation in a server, in your internet server which you have hired. So there are two different types of servers. One is the shared hosting, another is you own the entire server, virtual private servers. So for virtual private server, I need to put out a separate video, and then to upload your Moodle site to shared hosting, I need to put a separate video. Slowly, as per your interest quotient, I will keep pushing videos. Your local host cannot be registered to Moodle.
Okay, thank you, sir. That answers that. Another question, is Moodle adaptive to all Androids? Are all features available in the free version?
All features, in fact, every one of the feature I have shown, and there are so many features which I have not shown also. All of them are accessible free of cost from all devices. be it Mac, be it Android, be it Windows, it runs irrespective of your operating system.
Okay, thank you, sir. Is it possible to upload .doc Word document in
Yes,
Moodle?
yes, you can upload. You can do upload .doc. You can upload .pdf. If you are as an administrator, you got the right to specify what type of files you can permit to upload. You can upload any type of file you want, provided you give permission in the settings.
Okay, thank you, sir. Then, in one Moodle platform, how many courses? Is there a limitation on the number of
There is
courses
no
we can add?
limitation as far as the number of courses are concerned.
Okay, thank you, sir. Can we link Jack Prodigy to Moodle?
It is possible. You need to have a plugin. You can
Okay.
link Zoom. You need to have a plugin. I have not covered that Zoom plugin because for want of time, I will put out a video on how to integrate Zoom with Moodle. You can
Okay.
integrate Zoom with Moodle. You can integrate chat services with Moodle. No issues.
Okay. Okay, sir. We'll stop the question answer session with that. So, any further information, you can always contact sir. Also, view his YouTube channel. Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank you, madam.
patiently spending time with us.
Thank you, madam.
Now, yeah, thank you, sir. Let me quickly read a report of this 1 week FDP. With online classes and e-learning becoming the necessity of the hour, we, the Department of Information Technology, felt the need to train educators on the various digital education tools. This was the intention for organizing this FDP on essentials for blended learning conducted by our department. We had an overwhelming response of around 2,000 registration from around 15 countries. The FDP started on 13th July with a brief introduction given by myself, Dr. Dalia Sam. Following that, Professor Dr. N. Kanya, HOD IT, welcomed the participants and dignitaries and gave the overall agenda of the FDP. The FDP was formally inaugurated by Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi, Vice Chancellor, who emphasized the need to getting familiar with online tools. The resource person was Dr. C. Uday Kumar, Vice Chairman, Quality Circle of India, who explained beautifully about the holistic approach to learning that includes human value system, life skills, handling emotions, and living at harmony in all levels, along with career growth. He had emphasized the role of education in transforming the students in becoming better personalities. The resource person of day 2 was Dr. D. Doreen Robin, Director of Computational Intelligence Research Foundation. She explained in detail about creating the Google Classroom, adding participants, sharing video content, conducting assignments, and scheduling Google Meets. She also gave a brief introduction about Big Blue Button and Edmodo. Day 3 of FTP was handled by the resource person, Dr. I. Gina Jacob, Associate Professor, Geetham Deemed University, Bangalore. She spoke on the topic GitHub for Teachers. Dr. Gina started with explaining the basics of GitHub. She took on a step-by-step tour on how to create GitHub Classroom, creating a repository to post assignment, getting back the submitted work, and automatic grading feature. The fourth day guest speaker was Mr. Crystalline Nelson, who delivered a hands-on session on role of LMS in blended learning. He provided a good insight on synchronous and asynchronous tools for e-learning. He made the audience interact with live polls, small quizzes that he conducted using Mentimeter and Nearpod. He also showed about using Blackboard tool in creating assignment, checking plagiarism, conducting group activities, marking attendance, sharing question banks, video lectures, etc. He also showed about making interactive presentation using Powtoon app. The fifth, sixth, and seventh day of the FTP was on the most popular course management system, Moodle. It was patiently handled in detail by our multidimensional resource person, Dr. Balasubramaniam Tyagarajan, who is the professor and additional registrar, Department of Otolaryngology, ACS Medical College. Dr. Balasubramaniam delivered his talk on Introduction to Portable Server, Installation of Moodle in Portable Server on day 5. He emphasized the benefits of using Moodle for online teaching. He demonstrated with step-by-step instructions on how to install Laragon and Moodle. He also showed the issues that might occur during the installation process and how that could be handled. He continued his presentation on day 6 and elaborated more on the features available in Moodle. He explained the various navigation controls and processes of the Moodle system in detail. This enabled everyone to visualize the overall user interface design of Moodle and the various functionalities in it. Today, on the final day, he presented on configuring Moodle, uploading learning features, and user management. He touched upon various features including user management, quiz creation, importing questions, course creation, enrolling students, writing ebook, writing wiki, where students can contribute, creating blueprint for lessons, conducting workshops, all within the Moodle environment. With that, we come to the end of this FTP. We have our respected Joint Registrar Sir, Dr. V. Silraj Sir, with us. I now call upon our Joint Registrar Sir to give the valedictory address.
With a note of thanks to our President, Dr. A.C.S. Arun-Kumar, and then to our Founder Chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam. A special thanks to the Department of Information Technology for choosing a wonderful topic, that is blended learning, for the FDP Faculty Development Program. So I think all of us, we are aware, we use only 15 to 20% of our brain. Very recently, I've seen one movie on, I mean, it's a scientific movie about how some synthetically generated drug would be able to improve the memory usage quotient of that particular character to 100%. When it happens to 100%, so what are the great things? I mean, how both destructive as well as constructive activities that can happen there through this 100% utilization. So that was the story of that particular movie. Now, I mean, coming back to this particular topic, so we were good in talk and talk methods, and then of course, actually, we developed some of the high impact teaching skills also. I think all of you are aware of high impact teaching skills, like we can flip to various methods like discussions, forum, debates, quiz programs. So like that, actually, we can have different types of flipping of our activity. And then so that we can have an effective delivery of the concepts, subjects to the students. Now, a difficult situation has arisen across the world. So how to reach, how to give the content, right content in an understandable manner to the students. Of course, actually, we have a lot of platforms. I think throughout all these 5 days, you would have learned a lot of such tools. Really, it's good. So, I mean, anyway, our duty is to reach our students and then deliver the content to the students for their better understanding. But at the same time, whatever we try to do with these virtual platform here, so can it be equated with a contact class or a laboratory session, a physical laboratory session? So definitely it is a, important question that all of us actually we have to understand it also. So what I'm trying to say is, see this particular, the professional journey as a teacher, we need to have sharp edges wall, or in another way, I can say that it's something like a bullock cart, where we need both. Two bullock. One is something like a virtual platform, and another one is whatever we can do with through the contact classes also. So we have to give importance both for these sort of virtual platforms as well as the contact also. So then only the content delivery can be fulfilled. So definitely, we cannot deliver all the content only through these virtual platforms. So the contact is also very important, so that I mean, not only the contact in the sense nuclear, we need to have a specific focus on students, and I think through contacts only it can happen also. But at the same time, when during this COVID-19 such situations, so definitely we have to explore a lot of our talents. So that's what actually I try to say. So during these time, in fact, we learned a lot of such tools so that we could able to deliver the content. So now, a typical teacher needs to have both, the skills both through this virtual platform as well as through these contact classes also. No, we need to deliver the content. So with this note, I hope all the faculty members would have gained a lot of insight on these blended learning, so that we have to be an effective teacher in this particular profession. So that makes a difference between an ordinary teacher and then a motivator. So we need to be a motivator to our students or a mentor to our students. So I wish all the participants a grand success in their upcoming endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Your presence has added value to our FDP. I now request our HOD ma'am, Dr. N. Kanya, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dahlia ma'am. Finally, we come to the end of 7th day and end of this 1 week FDP. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for the last day of this 1 week FDP. On behalf of our management, on behalf of IT department, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who directly and indirectly contributed to this 1 week FDP on essentials for blended learning, organized by our Department of Information Technology. At the outset, I thank our speaker, Professor Dr. Balasubramaniam Tyagarajan, for taking the session 7 of the FTP on configuring Moodle and uploading learning materials and user management. Thank you, sir. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. Also happy to thank our dynamic joint registrar, Dr. V. Sirilraj, sir, to this validatory section, in this validatory session, who is always our mentor and backbone for our department. We are thankful to our Honorable Founder Chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam, sir, and our President, Engineer A.C. Arun Kumar, sir, for their motivation and their great support to achieve these kind of events successfully. I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Geeta Lashmi ma'am, who has always been a support for us and who always encourages us to do these kind of events. I'd like to thank our registrar, Dr. C.B. Palanivelu, sir, and our Dean ENT, Dr. Senthil Velan, sir, for their guidance and support. A special thanks to the organizing committee, especially Dr. Dalia Sam and Mr. Shankar, who have made this event a great success. They have spent hours and hours in this event to interact with people, creating posters, creating forms, chatting, making communication with the participants. For everything, thanks a lot, the organizing team. You made it. My special gratitude to all the participants who made this event a grand success. Within you, this wouldn't be a resounding success. Heartfelt thanks to all of you for active participation. Thank you all for maintaining the ethics of virtual learning and virtual meeting. With this warm words and kind message, we move to the end of this 1 week FDP. Hope you all enjoyed learning different tools which you can implement in your upcoming classes and teaching. Once again, I thank you all for attending this event, 7 days event patiently. Stay safe and stay tuned to learning. Our department is coming up with one more FDP, that is 3 days FDP on Python for data science. If you are interested, you can enroll yourself for that particular FDP also. Stay tuned to learning. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Once again, I thank everyone. Feedback link will be posted now. It will be active for 20 minutes. Please fill it before you leave. The success of any event is measured by the review and comment given by the end users. You have been continuously giving us good feedback. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your continuous support and cooperation. Keep connected with us in the Telegram group. Recordings and information about all future events will be posted there. Looking forward for your regular participation in the coming days. God willing, we'll meet soon again online with yet another event. As ma'am said, we have another FTP soon coming up. Please do join us. On behalf of the entire team with a satisfied heart, I thank everyone once again. Stay safe and keep growing. Bye-bye.